Yes, it says I'm live. Well, hello, 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 hello. How many hellos was that? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good day, wherever you are. Welcome. Welcome to Biz with Joy, Leaders Leaving Legacies. And tonight I am your guest speaker, featured guest speaker. And my work is as a leadership and style consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. I love having it all connected, and it is all connected. I am in the process of making a lot of changes here, and they're all good. Change seems to be in the air in so many different ways, and I've been saying this for quite a while, but this time they're coming into real fruition for you. That's what it's all about. And my work, really, as a signature style specialist, is for women who are transitioning, whatever that means to them. Some women don't like the term midlife. Some women don't like a lot of verbiage that relates to aging, yet it happens. So my work is with women who are transitioning from one something to another, mainly midlife, women who maybe feel that they've lost their mojo. They haven't, but they might feel that way. And my assignment is to support them in knowing that that's not the case and how to stand in their power. And tonight I'll be speaking with you a lot about power. Power. I'm spelling it out for a reason because so many, not only women, but men too, not men don't necessarily run from power because it's always been in their ballpark. But now it's time for women to step up and step into theirs. And that's what I'm all about. It's more like a movement. It's more like me advocating, and I champion and I empower women to know how powerful we are. And I do this because for me, it has been and continues to be a journey, a never ending journey, because the discovery of who we are at our core, our soul level, is always ongoing. And if you want to rise to your highest vibration, then you're going to be about wanting to know any, every, and all about you. You know, there's so much rhetoric out here. There's so much verbiage, jargon, and it all evolves around different topics. But the underlying substance is not there. And I'm talking about power at its highest vibration, the highest frequency, which means that it has incorporated into it truth, love, and beauty. Because no matter what we're doing in life, any and everything evolves around those three words. You can take them off in many different directions and add a lot of different adjectives, adverbs, and on to those words, those three. But that's the underlying core for almost everyone on the planet, this this galaxy, if you really are about evolving, not just growing, not just growth, but evolving into all that you're here to be. Not everyone is. This is a very huge, and it's not far from the largest. It might be the tiniest. I don't get into the deep semantics of stuff. Yet, we all come here to grow, but to grow so that we evolve. There's a vast difference. The semantics of words has always been fascinating to me because of all my learning disabilities and how I process things. So for me, it was a bit of a different takeoff. And I bet for many of you out there listening, it's the same. I spoke to a lovely lady today who shared with me her learning disabilities and why we have this connection. You see, we seek those who are understanding, who are valuing what we're about and what our aim, mission, purpose, and calling is all about, and want to be a part of that, supportive in one way or another. These are the people that we look to. I gave this title tonight because, again, it's all about advocating for women. Because too many of us, far too many of us, and especially those of us who have advanced a wee bit more and we're at that dividing line before we progress on and on and on into other sectors of our lives, we are really here and have to be more of a stellar, sterling, strong role model for the younger generation that's coming up. Because so many of them, because of the entertainment industry, which I love, oh, I do, yet there's a lot there that if that's what our young people are going to look towards, there's a lot there that's disconcerting to us as we mature, because they really think, the majority of them, it's never all, that it's really about their bodies. The entertainment industry is about sex, the body, skin, and all of that involves around those three words. It has the illusion and imagination, creativity, big time. That's why we love it. It's a great means of escape from time to time, but we have to separate that world from the real world in a good way. And for those of us who really care about a legacy and leaving the best of ourselves, that's what we're about. And over the years, my friends, I've met so many men and women who are about that, about working with our young people so that we give them a better sense of identity. And when I speak to how to think like a true equal, I'm talking about equality between men and women, because it hasn't really been to date. People skate around it, they skirt around it, they skid around it. They do all of this to project that they are standing in their true equality. And I'm speaking mainly about women, because men have always had it, always will. They're not going anywhere, and nor should they. I love men. I bet you do too. And real men, authentic men, men who are genuine to themselves and know how powerful they are and their truth, love, and beauty is for men too. They understand and they are looking for equals. Equals. No denigrating, being dismissive, and putting on the back burner women who are subjective to all of that they're about. No, they look for equals. The other type, and we'll always have the divide, they're looking for playmates, baby dolls, and those who buy into that, arm hangers, who give them because they have all the things that they think makes them look and feel better. But they haven't evolved themselves. I'm talking about men now. And there's zillions of them out there as well. Your assignment and mine is to find the one that sees us as an equal, because we project ourselves, we showcase ourselves, we highlight and spotlight ourselves in that manner, in that style. Because if you're still buying into that two B's and the V as part of an end all be all of your femininity, then you're way off burner. And I'm not talking about just the low income, the lower strata, the underprivileged, under deprived. I'm not talking about just that level. Because bouncing here, there, and about, now that things are opening up again and being out and doing networking, I see a lot of women. I'm not judging, but I can't help what I see. The strong sense of aesthetics is there. And I see those who really have no clue about how to show up. Anything that's popular, trendy, fashionable, in, they have to have it whether it fits them or not. They don't have a clue about what works best for them. And the sad part for many of them, never all, is that they don't care. At least they tell themselves they don't care. They're going on their body beautiful, their facial beautiful, their educational beautiful, their money beautiful, their brilliance. That's okay. That's where they're at. And whether you believe that we come again and again and again until we get it right, it's okay. It's my belief. I'm not subjecting you to it, because so many don't believe that. They just say, I'm here now and this is what I'm doing and this is where I'm at, and that's it. No regard for others and what's to be and what's to come and what will be left. I understand that. I'm not throwing judgment or shade that way, because that's the level of the collective part of the universe that they're in, not mine. And as my momsy would say, I call her momsy all the time. My mother, I call her momsy. As my momsy would say, not for you either. The prayer would be, because we are here to rise, climb, and soar into all that we're here to be. And you cannot be an equal and powerful until you begin to really understand you. You are your leader. You are your master. You are in control. And I don't like the word control, but you're in control of you. You have learned, or you are learning how to manage you so that you can be an equal. You can stand in your power toe to toe. And it will be felt and it will be seen. And it has nothing to do, I repeat things over and over because I have to. It has nothing to do with your height, your size, your weight, your looks, your money or education. All of these things play into it, but not to the end all be all of that's all that there is to you. There's so much more. And now the universe is asking you to probe, to go deep, and to discover if you are at that level and ready to be awakened to the power within you, because you have it. You've heard me say, if you come here from time to time, that your demeanor, your decorum, and all of that personality that you have, allow it to shine. Allow it to show the truth, love, and beauty of you, which adds in compassion, heart, and soul, so that people will see and feel and sense that you care. You don't have to be the huggy, huggy, kissy, kissy, boom, boom type. No, 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 no. Be you, the best of the best of you, whatever that is. If you're not a demonstrative person, then you don't have to be, because it would be phony and fake. And there's so much of that out here. There's so much pseudo fake, a facade of who and what they are to be. And that's not what you want if you want to stand in your power. You want not only the equality and the equalness of you standing next to anyone, male or female. When it comes to those who are still in the workforce, you want the equity involved in it as well. And how you do that is by being powerful and staying true to who you are. Your source, how do I say this? Your higher source of knowing who you are, it will not always be for everyone Christianity. I'm tuning in today while I'm getting ready to go out, and I'm tuning in as I often do, and I'm listening to this person who is talking about Christianity. And I hear and meet a lot of people who their source is God. And I say, bravo, we all need a source, whatever that source is. But when that source becomes the end all be all, where it diminishes or dismisses someone else, then something is not right with that source for the individual. Because Christianity, as I recall, as I remember being brought up in it, it did not negate or push completely aside others who are still in the explorational mode of being, exploring, and maybe not at the level of where you are in your total consuming belief. And I'm sharing that to say that none of us are invisible, or nor should we be, to what others feel and what their belief system might be. If you are wanting to stand in your power and be equal to first yourself and to others, because it's only when you get to know and probe into you are you able to embrace everyone. You can see their good, bad, and so-so. You can see their faults, things that aren't quite kosher. You will be aware of what's not quite in the humble way, in a compassionate way, spot on with them and on point. But you won't throw judgment at them. You'll smile and blow kisses and move on. They're just not ready. Their not being awake will be able to throw things at you. They'll be able to throw dispersions towards you and to say things about you. It just means they're not ready. They haven't really had their complete awakening. This time around on this planet, that's not their assignment. But yours, if you are ready to advocate and champion and empower others, not only women, but men as well, and you are about standing in your true, authentic power, you don't throw judgment towards others. There's no need for it. Your absolute enlightenment means that you're open to learning, that you know that even with your absolute certainty in what you believe, somebody else believes another way, another mode, another manner, another style of being. Let them be. Don't throw dispersions toward them. They're doing, we've heard this expression, if you're being honest with yourself, they're doing the best they can. And your assignment is to be the best of you, the best of the best of you, the best that you can be of you, to stand in your light and to shine and allow them to do the same. For those of you who don't know, it's still heartbreaking. I thought, as I always think, because I'm not a techie, that it was me. And now I'm discovering in this wonderful time in my life that it's really, if I don't like the word never, seldom me. My Facebook page was hacked and group, and we're doing everything we can to get back. It's a monster. And yet I'm discovering through working with my VA and others that there's so many others that were hacked too. Some were able to get back, some not. We don't know what's going on with Facebook, but I'll tell you this: equality equals well, it's a free entity, somewhat so, right? And they can do whatever they want to. As one of my friends said to me, it's like the dragon, you chopped off the head and here you are. You don't know where to go and what to do, because I didn't realize how addictive I had become with Facebook. And I'm saying that to say that I was about to put up here, because it's like habit, and you know how habits are. Join my Facebook group. I think my VA said that you can still go and join the group. I just can't get into the group for whatever reason. And I'd like to think that I'm an open book, even though I'm very much a loner. And I can't imagine, I didn't put any porno up there. I don't like porno. I don't know what, somebody hacked is what the consensus seems to be, my account, for whatever reason. And so now if you want to, or if you can get to, or just click, make a screenshot or a snapshot. And when it opens up again, and it will, even if I have to start over, it's a lesson to me. Because as much as I love Facebook, I'm thinking maybe more of the women that I want to work with, that I need to work with, will be more aligned with LinkedIn. And that's not throwing dispersions towards Facebook, because I will stay there, but that's where I'll be heading. But if you want to go there and just see, do that. And also the other thing this is my Meet with Joy link. This is something this is what I wanted. I love fooling around with these dials. That's why all my other leading ladies, I have an engineer, because the bouncing back and forth drives me up the wall. That's not my forte, my arena. I'd love to Zoom with you. I am having now a lot of changes in my leading ladies, leaving legacies. And one of the things that we have now is a whole new format. It goes out over a lot more different platforms. You get a lot more exposure, and it's really worth your investment. And you can go there and take a look. If you want to make an appointment to meet with me and to chat about some options for you, there's nothing that I enjoy more than putting you in the spotlight and sending you out. And there's a lot more to discuss about that. But for now, a screenshot and a snapshot, and that will take you there. Let me also mention, while I'm at it here, my software. Again, screenshot, snapshot, go take a look. This is absolutely beyond. I don't like using other names and comparing, because most of you know a lot of other softwares that are out there that are fantastic. This is a takeoff and went way beyond two of them that are extremely popular, and I'm not going to mention names. But if you go here and take a look, you will be able to see and get the vast differences. And you'll get white glove service here, because it's still in beta, but it is awesome. And I'm not a techie, but I go high end, top tier with any and everything that I do. And this, I can assure you, will be something that you would be making a wise investment in now, because when it takes off, it's going to be like a lot of those that are exceptional and really pioneering in many ways. You'll find that you made the right decision. Now, let me go back to talk about think like a true equal. Well, how do women do that? Well, first off, you ride in on knowing who you are, embracing who you are totally. That means that you gain in your exploration and the journey and the study of you, your emotional intelligence. And we as women, we really have to jump on the bandwagon and master that. I had an expression that I used a long time ago: master, manage, and minister to ourselves. And that ought to include managing our emotions. If anything has held us up to date, it's been the emotional security of not being able to stand in our power and work and relay and connect to others without letting the emotions control us. And we as women who copy, mirror, and emulate so many others because we feel we're lacking in something, that has to go. Because whatever it is that you came here with, that is your God-given gift, you manage, minister, and master that. So that when you stand before any, every, and all, male, female, children, it doesn't matter. You are standing in your power, full of love, truth, and beauty, yours. And it will not have a master key for your sexuality. It will have the master key to the true essence of your femininity, which includes your sexuality and your sensuality. But the sexuality, which is absolutely applauded, and I'm not knocking it, in the entertainment industry, in every realm of the entertainment industry, it's always been for women. And women, those of us who are outside of it, but who admire and have a love for it, we see what's there. And this applies to fashion too. And men rule both industries. And by the way, let me back up. There are an awful lot of good-hearted, soulful men in both industries. I'm not knocking, negating, or emasculating all men. It's never, ever all. But it's too many. And until we, as women, get to know who we are, and no fake, no facade, no pseudo, no being an extremist in your femininity, knowing and standing toe to toe next to any man or woman, knowing that you're equal, regardless to all the things that we have been programmed to think, programmed, conditioned, depersonalized, marginalized, subjected to. Those days are gone. It's not about completely and totally the end all be all of your body or your looks. This anti-aging cracks me up, not because I'm a happy senior, but because aging, as one of my dear friends said to me, it's inevitable. What you don't want to do, and this was from a quote that I can never remember who it was, you just don't want to grow old and outdated and frumpy. Nothing wrong with being a grandma, but you don't have to be that typical Hollywood grandma, because that's what they do. They have the young, or the grandma. There's nothing in between. You be the best of you, whatever segment of your life that you're in. And this is what we as women, we have to come to. And so that's why I'm saying over and over and over, what I'm about is a movement. My signature style specialist work is to allow women to get all of the tools and the nuggets, the tips that we did not get. I attended the Fashion Institute of Technology and I didn't get it. It was only when I was really out of that circle, riding around in that balloon, running through the maze, these are my favorite expressions, that I began to see, when I walked away from the fashion industry for a while, that there were just so many women who had no clue about how to style themselves so that the best of them were showcased. And I was one of those. You have to learn how to dress your body. Forget about the trends and what's fashionable. Begin with the basics. First off, have to know that body shape. Have to. You want to be an equal. You want to stand toe to toe, tall, royal, regal, refined, because you know who you are. You can only do that when you get to all of these elements of you together. And my friends tell me all the time, well, Joy, some women just don't care. I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. I don't believe it. I think that women have just resigned themselves to it. Doesn't matter. Who cares? There are no rules today. My hygiene, my grooming, I'm okay. That's it. And that's where they are. That's where they stay. But I'm not connecting with those women. I'm connecting to you because you know that there's something very potent, powerful, and purposeful within you that you want to allow up and out to shine. And that's only when you get to know who you are, your greatness, your gift, and your genius. It will not show up in jeans and a t-shirt. I don't care what they say and what who says. You know somewhere in you that that is not going to happen, not as a professional, not as a leader. And that doesn't mean that you're going, in fact, I'll share this briefly before I say so long for now. This guy that I met with, and the bottom line was he came to the Zoom meeting with me. And it's okay, a Zoom meeting, you don't have to be frou-frou. A lot of people don't like this because they feel they have to be frou-frou. You don't, but that's okay, but you have to be neat. He came with a sloppy, wrinkled t-shirt, and that's all I could see, but it was just a messy looking t-shirt. So after we had a discussion, he asked me, well, how should I dress? And I said, I said this, wear a golf shirt. A t-shirt, if you're going out to meet somebody and introduce yourself, at least you don't have to wear the tie and the shirt. Few men do that anymore, unless it's a real business corporate meeting. But wear a golf shirt. Be a little bit, a t-shirt, and especially the way yours is there, doesn't look right. But you know what? He said, thank you. And I was happy to share it with him. I want to leave with this. A true equal, you go around standing, knowing your power. But that power is full of compassion, love, truth, and beauty. Knowing that you're no better than anybody else, but you continue to rise and soar and climb like the eagles. We look for eagles here. There are too many pigeons. Nothing wrong with pigeons. They do a great job, but there are tons of them. You want to rise above that. And that's what I leave you with. I can preach, can I? Until the next time, my friends, I leave you with this. From my heart to your heart, always much, much love. And until we connect, and we will again tomorrow night, please join me. And then until that time, you be and stay well. And again, much love. All the best. From my heart to your heart. Cheers.